An important part of an astronaut's training is learning to be a geologist. Apollo astronauts have visited the Antarctic, Iceland, Mexico, and the Arizona lava fields. Now they've entered the Sudbury Basin, considered a classic example of an impact crater. John Young and Charles Duke hope to travel through the lunar highlands next March, but first they consider it important to practice in northern Ontario. Do you think that you're close to solving what has been the argument in the space program, if one can call it an argument, of the science versus the test pilots? Do you think you've been able to absorb enough of the science in order to satisfy the demands of that side of the picture?
Well, I think anything is a compromise. We devote more than 30% of our training time right now to science, and we're learning a great deal. It would be difficult, I think, for a scientist to avoid devoting more than 2/3 of his time to learn how to fly the vehicle.
The people who live around Sudbury long ago grew tired of jokes about the local landscape looking like the mountains of the moon. But when a group of lunar geologists and astronauts say it, they're serious. The men at this table will be in Houston for the Apollo 16 mission, in contact with, guiding, and advising the astronauts. The capsule communicator is scientist-astronaut Tony England, the only man who will speak directly with the astronauts. The Apollo 16 mission to Sudbury was a complete success, with several minor variations. The astronauts spent a lot of time swatting mosquitoes, which they described as large and vicious. They stopped occasionally to eat blueberries, and they walked back to the LEM in a pouring rain. Bob Evans, CBC News, Sudbury.